What are the two words that people use? No, hold on. What are the two words that you use that sabotage your success, that hold you back, that virtually guarantee that you fail? That's the subject of today's episode of Greatness Quest.
Cowboy.
Welcome to a daily dose of Greatness Quest with your host, Trevor Crane, my daddy. He is going to help you take your life and business to the next level.
Here I come to save the day.
Trevor Crane here, 11-time #1 best-selling author and the founder of Epic Author Publishing, coming to you live every day so you can plug in every day to build your ideal business so you can live your ideal life.
If my daddy can do it, then anybody can do it because he's a weirdo.
You're supposed to make me sound cool. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is a video episode, so if you're listening to this on podcast, make sure you go to YouTube and check out the video. I'm just recording this in my car today, so I'm driving around doing some errands, actually buying some stuff for my wife sent me on an errand to get stuff for our 5-month-old baby. So I bought cool shorts and things. We're about to go on a trip to California. We've been doing a lot of traveling this summer. But on yesterday's podcast, I mentioned that there are two words that sabotage success. And these are words that my dad actually helped condition me when I was a little kid to keep them out of my language. And I try to do the same thing now with my daughter. And the challenge is I see people use these two words all the damn ass time. And I find, and I hate to admit it, that I still find myself falling into the same pattern and actually using them myself. Whether these are words that you say out loud or these are actually words or phrases that we say to ourselves, maybe quietly or silently, that they're things that they're limiters that we put on ourselves. Now, when I was growing up, I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. My dad was a horseshoer. So as the son of a horseshoer, we didn't make a lot of money. One of the biggest challenges I had growing up was looking at all of the lack we had around us. My mom and dad seemed to fight about money all the time. It was always like we couldn't afford that. I thought that was our family motto, was that we couldn't afford it. And then, but that said, one of the gifts my father and mother gave me was the belief that I could do anything. Because a pattern of language I had when I was a little kid was, I can't. And those are the two words, by the way. I can't. I can't. Holy shit. These words shut us down. These two words are the biggest, I think, most dangerous words in the human language. I think they are something that sabotages our own success, our own ability to dream and think things are possible. I catch my daughter saying it now, and what we have done in my family is that if we say the words "I can't," we have to drop down and do 3 push-ups. Like that was the immediate thing. Is if you say "I can't," then that's not a phrase that's allowed in our house. I even make my daughter's friends do push-ups if they're at the house and they say, I can't. Now, when I was growing up, my dad had a phrase. If you ever heard me as a little kid say, I can't, he would basically say, can't. His big quote was, can't never did nothing. That was my dad's thing. Can't never did nothing. Of all the quotes I can remember from my dad, like that's the one dadism that stands out. Can't never did nothing. And the crazy thing is that the saying, I can't, is such a lie. It's such bullshit. See, you can, I can. In fact, so let's keep this really simple. When you catch yourself saying or thinking, I can't, all you've got to do is just replace that with how can I? And this is a little game that I've played with myself when I've had different phrases that I've caught myself in the pattern. It used to be when I was speaking and I would say a lot. It used to be when I used the word I'll try. And then what I did is I just became hypersensitive to when I came up with that in my mind or when I said those things. And then I immediately replaced them with something else. Replace it with how can I? Let's say that you're working for someone else. We hired a gal who came to be our nanny when our baby was first born. And I asked her on one of the first days of work with us if she could boil some eggs and make something for lunch or whatever it was. And I literally had the eggs on the in the pan on the stove. And I said, can you make me some hard-boiled eggs? And she said, no, I can't. I can't do that. Like, I can't boil eggs. Like, dude, like that is not, like you can't boil eggs. Like it was an absolute for her. One thing I knew was that this gal was not going to be working for us long. I probably should have let her go that very day, that very minute, but I didn't want to be a jerk. But honestly, like I can't. That is the thing that sabotages us. I know this is a phrase that sabotages me sometimes, and not just in the past, but also currently. Like when I'm setting goals for myself, sometimes I think they're such big goals that I'll find myself falling into a pattern of I can't do that, which I just shared with you, I know is crap. I know that I've set big goals in the past and I've reached them. I also know that I don't always get my goal, or I don't always know how to get the goal. I think even if you don't know how, you should still say, I can. Even if you're not even sure that you can. It's just a better way to look at the challenge. So here's my challenge for you today. We're going to keep this really short. Go ahead and try to go on a diet where you replace I can't with how can I? Or another phrase that I like to use is what has to happen in order for me to get blank, whatever that blank is. What has to happen in order for me to make $1 million? What has to happen in order for me to get an A on the test? Now, when I was in college and I set this goal, I went to my teachers and I was approaching finals and I said, hey, what has to happen in order for me to get an A in this class? And at the time, it was like on one of the finals, I needed to get 100%. If I missed one question, I would get a B. And then I found out in another class I could only miss 2 questions or I'd get a B. And I found out another and I set that up and I went and my goal was to get straight A's this one semester. And I failed. I got, instead of missing one question on one, or no questions on one test, I missed 1. Instead of missing 2 questions on one test, I missed 3. Like I screwed it all up. I messed up. You know, when I was 11 years old, I was trying to do 11 pull-ups. And I just went to my dad and I said, how can I do 11 pull-ups? I think I've shared this story with you before. And when the day came, I was really excited because I had trained myself to try to do these 11 pull-ups, and I failed. I failed on that day. Within 30 days, though, I did 30 pull-ups because of who I became in the process of trying to get the goal. I don't think we set goals or even try to achieve goals for the getting them. It's who we become. It's the hard work of it's the journey of who we become. So my challenge to you is to just ask the question, what has to happen in order for me to get this or that? And replace the I can't with I can, and then find a way. You're going to see a million examples. You probably listen to stuff and watch videos and are looking for inspiration and examples of people who have accomplished amazing things with just trying to find the way and not taking anybody else's bullshit, not even our own. And that's all I got for you today. Make today magnificent, and try to take these 2 words I can't out of your vocabulary. And if you're like me, you may find that they're still showing up more in your mind than with your mouth, but that still is hurting you, and that still is hurting me. And I'm going to do my best to take that out and to set goals without limitations. And with that, if you have not yet gotten my app, please download my app. If you've not yet reviewed our this video and given it a thumbs up and shared it with somebody and subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that. If you've not yet subscribed to our podcast and given me a review there, then please do. And that's it, man. Go make today magnificent, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Another daily dose of Greatness Quest. To get even more awesomeness, which means all my best stuff, download my app by texting Trevor to 36260. It will show up right on your cell phone. Just text message the word Trevor to 36260. Talk to you soon.